Calling the Committee on Finance public hearing to order. It is Tuesday, June 7, 2022. I am Councilwoman Joanne Ryan. It is just a little past 5 p.m. Madam Clerk, could you please have someone collect the sign-in sheets? If anyone who wants to speak this evening, they should sign up on those sheets at the table there. We're going to collect them in just a moment. Okay, let the record reflect that I am joined this evening by the Vice Chair of the Finance Committee, Councilwoman Carmen Castillo, our Senior Deputy Leader, Nicholas Nanducci, our Leader, Councilman James Taylor, and Councilwoman Helena Anthony. I don't see anyone else. Ken Chavarini is our assigned City Solicitor. Okay, we only have one item? Two items, okay. All right, please read the first, Madam Clerk, item into the record.
Item number 1 is a communication from Mayor Jorge O. Elorza dated April 28, 2022, submitting the tentative agreement by and between the City of Providence, Rhode Island, and the Rhode Island Laborers District Council on behalf of Public Employees Local Union 1033 of the Laborers International Union of North America, AFL-CIO, for the period of July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2025.
Okay, first name person, I have Ronald Koya, 410 South Main Street, to speak on item 1. You could kindly identify yourself for the record.
Yeah, Business Manager of Local Union 1033.
Please continue.
Madam Chair, thank you for having me today, members of the committee. I am pleased to be here today to report to you that the City of Providence and Local 1033 have engaged in very productive, efficient, and mutually beneficial negotiations that have resulted in a new 3-year collective bargaining agreement between the city and the union that we believe is both fair to the taxpayers of the city and to the members of Local 1033. I believe we have always, as Local 1033, tried our best to be a cooperative partner to the city. And I think that these negotiations are yet another example of our commitment to the city and our commitment to our members. This contract provides for 3 years of labor stability for the city and 3 years worth of security to our members with a fair wage increase and protections as they relate to the benefits that are contained in our contract, upon which our members greatly rely. In short, we are very pleased to have reached this tentative agreement with the city, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that the committee may have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Lawrence J. Mancini, 25 Doran Street. I don't think it's on, Chief.
Madam Chair, members of the
There you
committee,
go. Identify yourself for the record, please, sir.
Lawrence J. Mancini, Chief Financial Officer for the City of Providence. Madam Chair, like Mr. Collier, I too am here this evening in support of the Local 1033 contract. The City of Providence erstwhile negotiated this contract with the city's law department, finance department, and members of Local 1033 negotiating team. The contract is a fair representation of the wages and benefits of the city's workforce, the public service workforce, and includes a fair wage increase and some changes that benefited the city.
Mr. Mancini, please put that mic closer to your mouth. We can hardly hear you.
Okay.
Thank you.
The contract also included changes to healthcare benefits in favor of the city. Madam Chair, we fully support this contract, and it pleased to note that with the adoption of this contract, should the committee and council do so, this This will be the first time in more than a decade that all three labor components have a contract that has been completed and will continue into the new fiscal year, providing complete labor stability in the city of Providence. We ask that you consider that this evening and that you support this contract as it is a fair and valid contract for the employees and the taxpayers. Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Mancini. Okay, we have Grant Delgarian, 20 Exeter Street. Please identify yourself for the record.
Evening, Grant Bulgarian, 20 Exeter Street. Excuse me. I just want to encourage a couple of provisions in this contract. One is regarding parking. Some employees get free parking, other employees don't get free parking. As an environmentalist, I would like to see the encouragement, the incentive for folks to take RIPTA as opposed to their automobiles. And so I would like to seeing that the city of Providence is totally served by RIPTA, all parts of the city of Providence are served by RIPTA, and the city of Providence doesn't have to pay anything for this service. It's all paid by the state and the federal government. And a part of it is paid by passenger fare box. I would like to see as part of the contract the fact that the city would give monthly passes to its employees to encourage them to free monthly passes to encourage them to take RIPTA. Now, how would the city finance that? It could be through the ARPA funds from the federal government. It could be through the state of Rhode Island surplus, or it could be charging for parking. So we all know that there's no such thing as free parking. You got to pay to prepare it. You got to pay to pave it. You got to pay to stripe it. You got to pay to sweep it in the summer. You got to pay to plow it in the winter. You got to pay to light it at night. You got to pay to patrol it all the time. So there's no such thing as free parking. Those folks who are taking RIPTA are actually subsidizing the folks who are driving. If anything, it should be the other way around. So that would be my first concern and encouragement to include a piece as far as transportation is concerned. Secondly, recycling, solid waste. If you get a copy from the Rhode Island Solid Waste Management Corporation, Resource Recovery, the landfill, of the breakdown of the 39 cities and towns and their recycling rates, they do it every year. And if you get that, you can see where Providence is. And where Providence is dismal. It's pathetic. We're at the bottom. There's no reason why we should be at the bottom, but that's where we are. And so what can we do to increase our recycling rates? Because we have a landfill filling up way prematurely. In next decade, it's going to be full. And people are going to say, oh, gee, now what do we do? We need to pay attention to that now. And so we need to increase our recycling rates. 3 years ago, I came to the last PBD Fest, and it was great. It was wall-to-wall people. The weather cooperated. Whether I was on Washington Street going up or down, or Westminster Street going up or down, I felt like I was a salmon swimming upstream because there were just people everywhere. At least on Kennedy Plaza, not necessarily on the side streets, but on Kennedy Plaza, there were some recycle bins immediately adjacent to the trash bins, which is exactly what you want. Make it easy for folks to recycle. They don't have to pay any extra steps, make any extra energy. The problem was it wasn't getting picked up frequently enough. And so they were overflowing. And so when the recycle bin overflows, they put the recyclables in trash. When the trash bin overflows.
Mr. Delgarian,
I know.
No,
I know.
excuse me, please. Could you please limit your comments to the matter before us? I don't believe those items are in the contract.
Getting there. I apologize, but
Please.
you need the background. When the trash bin fills up, people throw the trash in the recycle bin, And that's even worse because it's called contamination, and then the whole bin gets thrown out. So I went to Arts, Culture, and Tourism this month to see how we could enhance recycling. And what I learned was that they're not going to do recycling this year at the PBD Fest. Tens of thousands of people are going to be here downtown Providence if the weather cooperates, because it's been 3 years, and we're not doing recycling. So Ecology Action for Rhode Island will do recycling from noon to 4 on Saturday and Sunday at Kennedy Plaza. And how this relates is I am encouraging everybody, city council members, city employees, everybody, to recycle. Bring yours, whatever beverage containers you get food from, liquid from, bring them down to Kennedy Plaza between 10 and 4, 12 and 4, noon and 4, Saturday and Sunday, to get them recycled. We need to do this, and we need to start now. And so.
Thank you very much. Okay, Madam Clerk, is that all we have who have signed up to testify in this matter? No one else? Okay. All right. Anyone else in the audience wish to speak on this matter before we close this one? Okay, Madam Clerk, please pull the sheets for item 2 and read item 2 into the record.
Item number 2 is an ordinance establishing a tax stabilization agreement by and between the City of Providence, a Rhode Island Municipal Corporation, City, and 8 Hewitt Street LLC, Hewitt Street.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I have Joel Roca. Joel. Picked right up on that.
Good evening.
Just a second, please.
Yep. Greatly.
Just
and
one
they-
second, please. Is this all, Madam Clerk, that we have to enter? Okay, and these should be exhibits 2A and B is okay? Okay, all right. May I entertain, Madam Vice Chair, a motion to identify 8-10 Hewitt Street. It's a one-page document titled 810 Hewitt Street TSA Information, and it's items 1 through 14 bulleted items. Motion made by Vice Chair Castillo, seconded by Councilwoman Anthony. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Motion carries. So 2A has been entered as an exhibit to this matter. I also have a package entitled Hewitt Street TSA Hearing dated June 2022. It appears to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about a 6-page document with photos on it. Let's call that 2B. Madam Vice Chair makes that motion, seconded by Councilwoman Anthony. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Motion carries. So on this matter, Madam Clerk, we have exhibits 2A and B. And we have Joel Rocha at the podium there. So please introduce yourself for the record and begin your testimony.
It is. Thank you. Thank you. Joelle Rocha, attorney for the applicant tonight. What you have before you is details regarding the design, the before and after and photos. I have tonight with me our project architect, owner of ZDS, Eric Zwena, who will walk you through that handout and give you details regarding the project. This project is under construction. We did originally apply for the TSA in March of 2021. As you all know, the administrative TSA program sunsetted at some point after that. So we're back for this formal TSA. The project's just north of $3 million. There are 24 residential units. It's zoned appropriately. The zone was changed a while ago at this point. The units vary from 430 to 536 square feet. My clients have brought online in the last couple of years, somewhere around 200 units in this area. They are very well done, if I say so myself. On the inside, the city was able to tour 1290 Westminster Street when that building was complete. So similar units, the rents range from 1,800 to 2,000, their market rate rents. The project employed approximately 12 construction jobs, a little north of that, actually, I think, and one permanent job with respect to the units and the maintenance. There are part-time jobs associated with that as well. The estimated completion is very soon. And our clients did follow the normal protocols for all their other projects, which have TSAs as well. So they followed the same construction protocols, the same contractors on this project as well. As far as the numbers on this, when we initially applied the base valuation, it was a vacant lot. As you can see from one of these photos, it was used as a parking lot. It was assessed at $31,000. When we applied for this current TSA, it was assessed at $85,000. My clients have always had site control the whole time, but purchased in the current entity as of this past year. So that 10 Hewitt Street, the 8 Hewitt Street entity does own the property. They purchased that property along with the property along Atwells Avenue. So I will turn it over to Eric, who will give you details with respect to the units and the site.
First, let the record reflect that we are joined this evening by Councilwoman Rachel Miller. Thank you.
So noted.
Okay, and you are turning the mic over to Eric.
Yes,
Please identify yourself for the record, please. I can't pronounce your last name.
Eric Zuena,
Zuena? Okay,
founding principal, ZDS, Architecture and Interiors.
Okay. Please continue.
Thank you. Ms. Rocha did a great job explaining the building, unit count, 24 units. And I won't repeat anything she said unless I'm asked, but 4-story wood frame building.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes,
The boards that you have, is that in the package that was
they
provided
match
to
the
us?
photographs
Thank
in
you
your
very
package,
much.
but I'll just
Thank you.
run through them. There's only 3 of them.
Absolutely fine. Please
So this
continue.
is the existing condition, which you have in your packet. This is the approved rendering that we did for schematic design. And this is the built work that's there standing today. I think the only modifications from a design standpoint, which I'm pleasant to report, just a few modifications to the exterior cladding, a better balance of cementitious product versus AZAC trim. Same unit count as designed and as presented to the city originally. I really don't have much to add. Ms. Rocha did a great job explaining the project. The only thing I might add is that the public space is really limited, just a very common, simple entry, and 24 really well done apartments to add to the inventory and stock for the city of Providence.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have a Michael Lemoy. I can't hear you, sir.
I'm the building owner. I'll just defer to Eric and Joelle.
So you don't have no further testimony? You're all set?
I mean,
Okay, wonderful. Is there anyone else who would like to speak on this matter that is present? Anyone else who'd like to speak on this matter? Anyone else like to speak on this matter? There are no other, Madam Clerk, do we have any other?
No, Madam Chair.
Okay, with that, that concludes public hearing. We have a meeting on the rise. Madam Clerk, what room are we going to? Over there? Okay, we're having a meeting on the rise, 305. It's to your left when you leave. Thank you very much.